This is for me to look back and I've seen this question asked several times, so I like to go back to it, but I'm not going to ask any of the questions, even though it says, no, that's a lie. Let me just go ahead and answer them. Right? So 15 questions to provoke thought. When was the last time you tried something new? Interestingly enough, I tried something new today. We will see how that works out. I don't really have anything else on it. Number 2, do you think crying is a form of strength or weakness? Crying is an interesting thing. I make a comment that tears make your face soft, and who doesn't want a soft face? But I also think crying is both strength and weakness because it's based on context. So, neither. 3, are you living or existing? I am definitely living. I am experiencing life things just like everyone else. And it's growing me, and that excites me. And yeah, that's all. Are you holding on to something you need to let go of? Aren't we all? But because I wrote my answers because it's better to know. It is possible that I'm holding on to something I should let go of. But what if it's love or happiness or a lesson? It depends on how long I'm holding it. I think the context of the time matters, but I probably am holding on to something I should let go of. And number 5, how old would you be if you didn't know how old you are? Truth be told, I have no idea how old I am now, and I'm quite cool with that. But specifically, in my opinion, age loses its meaning in the modern world every day because we subscribe and ascribe specific goals or established points at certain points in life based on age, and information is readily available for us, so people can experience maturity, knowledge, and advancement at any age, as long as they're exposed to something they're receptive to learn from. I chose those words very specifically. Number 6, what makes me smile? Well, I just smiled. I like smiling. And that's because what makes me smile is living and accepting life's goodness. Yeah, that's the only thing I know. Number 6, when was the last time you listened to the sound of your own breathing? This one is interesting because I have no idea, but I will listen to my breathing today. I'm working on something, as long as I have my stable mind to focus on improving myself. So I will listen to my breathing today, but before today, it's been a while. It means I've probably neglected myself for some time. Number 8, what has life taught you recently? Life teaches me so many things, but if you want me to pick one, I continue to live in optimism that people, because life is about interactions, I live in the optimism that people will grow in positive directions and live in the integrity that comes with that growth. And integrity can be felt and seen via actions and energy. Number 9, can you describe your life in a 6-word sentence? I wrote it and I can, so I'm gonna go with it. I continue to live in wrong. That's the wrong question. And my phone died, so I can't read the questions off the phone now. So we're going to wing it. 6 words to describe my life. My resilience is a grand blessing. Wait a minute, is that 5? No, A. My resilience is a grand blessing. A is a word. I don't know what number 10 is, but my answer is something about fear. So it might be, what do I fear? But number 10, our fear of mistakes. So it's about mistakes. So our fear of mistakes is connected to our fear of magnified consequences. So it's probably about what mistakes are we afraid to make, or why are we afraid? And our fear of mistakes is connected to magnified consequences. We think that if we make another mistake because of muscle memory, it's possible the consequence is grander because we possibly know better, when we actually are learning in every moment, and we probably 50% don't know better. 11. So my answer is, we do things we don't like because liking something and realizing its value are separate realities. I'm unsure if we like things we don't do. So this was the question of, why do we do things we don't like? And the answer is, we do things we don't like because liking something and realizing its value are separate realities. That's called maturity. You know what? Sometimes I don't like to pay bills, but I realize the importance of that. Even when you're rich, you pay bills, right? Even if you own the company, at some point there's payment for something. There's a responsibility. So even though you don't like it in the general sense, it generally has a value. And so why don't we do things we like? Well, I do things I like, so I'm unsure if we like things we don't do. So if I don't do it, I'm pretty sure if I don't do it, I don't dig it. All right. 12, loving. Okay, well, I don't know what the question is, but I wrote something great, right? Loving is executed in a variety of ways and sometimes goes unrealized by its target. Being loved has nothing to do with the receiver and everything with the giver. Which is more important? My logic says being loved, because if it's felt, it often magnifies to others. So the question was, what is more important, loving or being loved? And so again, my answer, loving is executed in a variety of ways, and sometimes love is unrealized by its target. It may be unreceived. But being loved, if it's felt, is often magnified. And I think we do feel love from places that we don't necessarily know they exist, but we'll feel it. We feel love if we focus on it, right? Because we look for love. We look for love, sometimes to our detriment, because then we chase things, and chasing things normally, it's out of your balance, right? Number 13. So my answer is, kindness has no size, to be honest. So that is a challenge to organize the kindness I've received. As a person who occasionally feels underappreciated across the spectrum, I appreciate when people listen to me and engage to grow with me. And so this is about kindness. And so for me, when do I feel kindness? I feel kindness when people listen to me and grow with me, because listening, receiving, responding, growing together, that means something, because you can listen, but listening is always more than that. If you're listening to hear and understand. And the last 2, right? Number 14. What's my number one goal in the next 6 months? So my number one goal is the next 6 months is to organize my mind, body, and spirit to feel the confidence and security that I will advance my life and my goals. and I get new goals every day. I get life every day. So my goal is to advance in those things, tangible, realized, felt advancements. And number 15, if I had a chance to live a day over, I think this was the one that motivated me to do it, and then inspiration followed. But a day I would live over is the last day I had a face-to-face conversation with my grandmother from my mother and my aunt from my mother together in the same place. I can only live it in the memory right now. I can feel the energy, but that's a moment that obviously is a challenge to realize in this world today. Both important people in my lives. I'm appreciative of both the men and women in my life, but I have been blessed with some wonderful women. So I'd like to live over a day for sure with both of those ladies there. They're missed, they're appreciated. I try to make sure I live the energy that they planted in me, and hopefully I share and plant it with others. Y'all be good, man.